After returning to Athens and becoming heir to the Attica kingdom, Theseus encountered a revolting situation. Emissaries from King Minos of Crete had arrived in Athens for tributes owed to the monarch. Athens had been subdued by Crete after the war between the cities, prompted by the murder of Minos' son while he was visiting the kingdom of Aegeus. As a clause of the peace treaty, Athens was to send 14 youths to Crete annually to serve as tribute, 7 men and 7 women. Upon arrival in Crete, these young men and women were taken to the infamous Labyrinth of Minos, where they were used as a sacrifice to the dreadful Minotaur, a creature half man, half bull. The Athenians could no longer bear to see their sons delivered as sacrificial lambs, but there was nothing they could do about it. However, on learning of the situation, Theseus decided to put a stop to it. He volunteered to be one of the young men delivered to Crete, saying that the time for humiliation had come to an end. He would leave with the other young men, and they would all return alive after exterminating the beast that fed on the blood of the Athenian children. King Aegeus tried to convince him to abandon this idea, but to no avail. Theseus, seeing his son leave, blessed him and told him that the ship that would take him to Crete would, by tradition, leave with black sails as a sign of mourning for the lives sacrificed. But if Theseus returned safely, he was to set white sails. That way, on seeing the boat on the horizon, the king's heart would immediately be put at ease. Distressed, Aegeus watched the ship carrying his son disappear over the horizon, not knowing if he would return. Upon reaching the island of Crete, the 14 young children were taken to the place of Minos to be presented to the king. While King Minos was examining the young men and women delivered as tribute, the beautiful princess Ariadne was also in the throne room. She, on seeing the handsome young man Theseus, fell in love immediately. During the night, Ariadne secretly visited the cell where the object of her passion was. Theseus was waiting for the moment when he would be taken to the labyrinth. She told him that Eros had struck her heart as soon as she saw Theseus, and she would not allow him to be killed by the infamous creature. She gave Theseus a sword and a ball of yarn. He thought the sword would allow him to put an end to the sinister creature that was taking the lives of his countrymen. But he did not understand the yarn ball's purpose. Ariadne told him that the sword would allow him to exterminate the monster, and the ball of yarn would show him the way out of the labyrinth. The next day, Ariadne and Theseus parted. As the hero set off in search of his destiny, she held the end of the yarn ball. Theseus entered the labyrinth with the other youngsters. As he walked, a yarn trail formed behind him. The labyrinth was dark and scary. The tension was high. Sometimes they could hear the snorts of the lurking creature. Blood stains stained the labyrinth's ground and walls, but the reckless Theseus believed his blood would not paint the soil red. The Minotaur emerged, and, with a surprise attack, tried to kill the hero. However, the agile Theseus dodged the beast's several blows. But the hero's counterattack was devastating. With just one sharp blow, Theseus rid the world of the nefarious creature. The young hero saved the lives of most of his fellow travelers. And, following the trail of the thread, they left the labyrinth. Ariadne greeted Theseus with eyes full of tears. Theseus and Ariadne kissed each other passionately, and they left together for the port, where the ship to escape from Crete awaited them. During the journey, the couple's love increased. During the night, Theseus received a visit from the god Dionysus, who demanded an end to the romance between the couple. Ariadne was destined to the god of wine. Out of respect for the gods, Theseus landed with Ariadne on the island of Naxos, and he abandoned her there. The desperate and poor princess saw her lover leave. But she would not be helpless, for she was destined for the god of ecstasy. The young man headed for Athens with a broken heart. Out of sadness brought on by the separation, Theseus forgot to hoist the white sails, as his father had requested. King Aegeus, who was eagerly awaiting the return of his beloved son, felt his heart tremble at the sight of the boat returning with the black sails. Aegeus jumped from the top of the cliffs into the waters, and a great sadness fell over Attica. The king's tomb sea was renamed the Aegean Sea. What should have been a triumphant return turned out to be a melancholy affair. But Attica praised Theseus. The young man killed the terrible Minotaur and was now the leader of Athens. Theseus became one of the most famous heroes of Greek mythology. His long reign is full of adventures and misfortunes. His achievements are inscribed in the stars.